Hey guys, Kenny here. I'm here to review the 1978 horror movie Halloween, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Pleasence. This is obviously most of you already know. It's basically about, Michael Myers. He kills his family as a young boy, and then it goes forward in time like 20 or 30 years, and he apparently went to this hospital for help, and then he goes back to Haddonfield, is where he was from, to kill his, I think it's his youngest or oldest sister, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, and got the atmosphere and tone is so foreboding, mysterious, and creepy that this movie really does stay with you, not only because of that reason, but because of the music was so uh, jarring and almost makes your skin crawl with how the musical is made. And the, the creepy scenes leading up to the night of when Michael tries to kill her, his sister. She ends up seeing him appear, like in front of him, or like keeps feeling him behind her quite a few times. And when she's in her class in high school, she sees him outside the window. So, and then there's this boy who I think who stays with her. I don't know if I forget if it's her son, but he runs into Michael and he kind of grabs him, and then that's when had the theme. That's a great moment when the theme music starts. Very, very jarring. And so when it leads up to the final, well, when it leads up to the night of the killings, oh, they are so memorable and well done. This was before computer generated imagery effects happened. This is when the effects and killing were done for real. I mean, the practical, like a real knife, or maybe not a real knife, but an actual object, not a computer generated object. And then showing someone being killed, an actual person or a dummy there, not a computer generated effect. A really good kill, and the one that I remember the most, is when there's this guy who's with this girl, and I think they're like having some kind of a sleepover or party. He's in the kitchen trying to either get something to eat or drink, and then Michael appears behind him, and I think he grabs his neck, brings him up to, pins him up against this door, and kind of pulls him up with his left hand, pulls out the knife and guts him. Oh, and then probably the most famous scene during that little during that moment before he gets to his sister is when he's wearing that white sheet over him with the with the little eye holes and wearing glasses. Then he kills that girl that's in the bed. And but it's just, and so when it gets to Michael trying to kill his sister, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, Excuse me. Um, that's when it gets really good. A a very good fight between the both of them, and I think she ends up seeing him at first, and then once she notices who it is, that's when she runs to her house, bangs on the door, screaming for the kids to let her in. And then I think he appears behind this couch, appears to try and stab her, and then probably the most famous moment in that whole sequence, or that whole scene, is when she's in this closet, and then Michael barrels his way through the closet door, trying to get to her. And I think Jimmy's character has a coat hanger in, and she pins it on, and she gets it on him somewhere. Oh, I think she straightens it out, and then she stabs him with it. And then, oh, and another famous moment was when she's kind of panting at this door area, and she's kind of panting, trying to catch her breath. Michael's laying behind her, like somewhere like right low back here in the room, and then he raises up. Then he walks, and then she goes to try and walk out of the room, and then he tries to kill her, and then oh I think he does this, and then Dr. Loomis, played by Donald Pleasence, uh, uh, starts shooting at Michael, and then he shot him 6 times, and when Dr. Loomis looks out the window that Michael fell out of, which is a great fall, Loomis shoots him in this dark room, and then Michael kind of stumbles back, and then he falls through the window. When Loomis looks out, he sees that outline of his body, but his body isn't there. So, this was such a well-crafted horror movie. One of the best, in my opinion. And some might argue and say that it might be the best ever made, but to me it's one of my favorites, one of the best ever made. So, I don't know if there's anything else I can say about it, so stay cool and roll out to the movies. Bye.